Grand Rising, everyone. Christina here, Ginger Mama. I hope you're having a great Wednesday morning. Oh my gosh, it is so cold. It is so cold. I am thankful for heat. Anyways, with that said, the astrology of today could be a little challenging, okay? Especially when this comes to coworkers, friends, family. Um, it just be mindful. We're going to see what the cards have to say. I also want to encourage you that if you're feeling like you want to kind of self-isolate today, that's okay. All right. Based on the astrology, that's totally normal. Don't panic if somebody else is doing that. Okay. That's just where we are today. Tomorrow, there might be a bit of that feeling of just wanting to kind of rest, regroup. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong, right? Like, you cannot mess up what is ultimately meant for you. You know what I'm saying? And even if we feel like we messed something up, like Spirit's going to give you a way to try again in a new dynamic and a new way. And so don't panic. Don't panic. Somebody's switching up the plans, taking a minute to themselves. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Six of Cups, Page of Wands reversed. So yeah, this could definitely be a feminine energy. Maybe nostalgic, maybe kind of reflecting on the past. But all in all here, it's like with the Page of Wands reversed, Moon, Six of Wands. You know, I would advise you, be mindful though of like, when we talk about self-isolating, like that Page of Wands reverse, like, I know, let's get you food. Sorry, I don't know exactly where we left off, but what I was going to say is that's the thing. Like, you can convey this to people, right? Like, I need some time to myself. That's what I'm going to do. Reach out to you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, say something here. I think with the moon here and that Six of Wands reverse, most of you have been in opposite cycles where that hasn't occurred. So be aware of that if you're dealing with a feminine who's isolating. We really got to ask, like, okay, is this total ghost mode with no clarity, or is this valid and fair? The Chariot reversed, yeah, the Tower, the Seven of Cups reversed, the Sun. Yeah, you know, again, that King of Pentacles coming out. You're going to know who belongs in your circle and who doesn't with that Seven of Cups reversed. Like, I you know, for me, the idea of being self-isolated or pulled back is completely common for those who've experienced tower moments, dark nights of the soul, who understand the way the divine works. And I feel like for some of you today, this could be some form of a tower moment because other people are going to be upset with you over this. Pay no mind if they don't understand your inward reflection with your higher self and with Spirit, and especially if you've conveyed a boundary around this. With that said, though, I also would be mindful of just like dealing with other people's tower moments or energy today. This is one of those days where you might feel a lot of energy, and if it's yours to process, okay, let's process it. Let's identify what it is we're working through and walking through. But if you know this is not yours to process, stay out of it. Okay, don't fight with the energy, right? It's like we're staying out of it. Maybe you're resting, whatever you're doing. But that will bounce back to those who need to process their own stuff. There's a lot of people in the collective who have not realized that they've been so go, 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 and they wouldn't slow down, and they've basically pushed their own energy onto other people to transmute and process. And right now, those individuals have wised up. And so these are people that are having to process on their own, and they're struggling to do that. They're feeling more and more agitated and anxious. That's okay. You were there at some point too. Allow them to go through that process, okay? If you are someone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, but you're feeling that way, link in bio. I'm happy to work with you on a client call. My Zoom calls really are ideal, especially if you're dealing with some serious tower moments, dark nights of the soul right now. Mars is still in retrograde through the end of this month. We are not out of the woods. The train going off, we have a lot of planets in retrograde, and we just have that North Node hitting Pisces. So there's a lot of spiritual activations occurring, and what you need to keep in mind is those panicked about losing someone or whatever this is, like that they're not understanding the divine plan here, right? You say what you need to say. You're not going to mess it up if you're staying in flow state, right? It's those that are not in flow state that are kind of messing some things up, and they're going to learn quickly that's not going to work, right? So I love all of you. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Yeah, death is here. Those ego deaths, right? Past lives. Knight of Wands reversed. Like, I'm telling you, you are going to feel like this is one of those days where be careful who you're around. Be careful about that mentality of I'm going to power through. I'm going to power through. Like, there are some days where I'm like, get going, power through. Today is not really one of those days. Today's one of those days where get what you need to get done. I'm not saying like stay home all day, but then make sure the train's outside. We're resting, we're reflecting, we're understanding where we need to be. So I love you, collective. Have a wonderful day. Love you. I'd like to also point out the astrology touches anything after 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today that is deep spiritual practice will serve you. It will serve you all day, okay, as always, but especially after 3 p.m. Here on the East Coast. Deeper meditations, sound bath healings, Reiki, right? Like really shutting off the outside noise, really sitting independent alone with spirit and allowing those emotions to come up is going to serve you.
Can you please
I love
help
you.
me open this?
Yeah, is this what we want?